Hello everybody, Spartan Steve here, helping you out to build the Sky Fortress and also leveling Goblin Engineering. This will take you a while, so brace for impact for this one, and let's get to it. Goblin Engineering. You will need to be rank 4 to even get to the Sky Fortress, which you will need to consume little goblin parts that you could get from killing goblins, and also if you tame them. And you gotta consume small goblin gizmos. I would recommend taming like a lot of them, more than 3, because the queue time to craft them is a little bit. So if you have like an army of these guys, you'll get this a lot quicker. Once when you get them, just click use item like you would do normally to consume it. Once when you get to the shipyard, you're gonna craft it at a workbench. This is gonna take a while once when you get all these materials, and to get the materials alone is gonna take you quite a bit, as you can see, with what is required. Once when you finally get it to be able to craft the shipyard, this is gonna take a couple of hours to build. So you can spawn it in if you use admin cheats, but if you are gonna wait for the shipyard, I would literally leave and come back. And the shipyard is big, so you're going to need a lot of space to place this. The shipyard is 1,200 pounds, so you are going to need to figure out how to get this in your inventory, because you will be stationary when you put this in your inventory, because you won't be able to move. You can use Rune of Gravity to lower your inventory, but you're going to need to stack a lot of points into weight in order for this to work. As you can see here, I still can't move trying to use it, so I want to give you a heads up there too. If you do have a creature that could hold up a lot of weight, you can put him in there, and then you could take it out once when you land in the spot that you could be able to place your shipyard. As you can see, this thing is gigantic, but also could take damage, as you can see here. Hyena started biting the living hell out of it, and for whatever reason goes into the middle of the shipyard and does damage there. If this thing breaks while you're trying to build your Sky Fortress, you're gonna lose everything. So you definitely have to keep an eye on this. I actually put an entire wall around the entire shipyard, which I'll show in a few moments. Now, once when you get this thing, for whatever reason, if you need to go past, like to go up the steps or hit this like metal bar in the ground, you are hitting a wall for some bizarre reason. You have to jump over it. I don't know why this is, but that is there. Once when you build this, there's going to be 2 tables, one on the left and the right, where you're going to be able to craft everything. And there is the mighty Sky Fortress, and all of the psychotic amount of materials that you're going to need to build this thing. The Sky Fortress will take a couple hours to build, and the parts do take about 20-30 minutes too. Here is the beautiful wall that I built around the entire shipyard. This isn't totally around it. It's completely squared off. I do recommend doing that. Once when you gather all the insane amount of materials to build the Sky Fortress, again, this is a couple hours. If there are things that you want to do, like go through the dungeon, any of them, I would go do that while this is going on. As the progress goes, the Sky Fortress does appear and does give you some sight of like how big this thing is, which is pretty cool. And as it further builds, it'll start plugging in all the pieces. You cannot jump on these when these do spawning. I tried several times. It doesn't work. And when you get to this point here, when it really starts looking like hey, this looks like this is going to be done. Tried again. That was a huge fail. But not even 15%. I was making another video, flew back and saw cyclopses walking around. That is normal. They are going to be doing this while building the shipyard, and you cannot tame them or hit them. You're just going to walk right through them. And here are the hyenas attacking my wall. And this was a separate time, so definitely make sure you build the wall. And Sky Fortress is done, but now you need to build these parts. You only need to build 3 of them, which I'll show in a moment. And do not go in the front when this is done. I got stuck and had to trigger death when this happened. Just do not jump in the front once this is done building, or you will be stuck. Also, right when you start building this, for whatever reason, your flyers will not be able to land on top of it correctly for some bizarre reason. I'm not clicking any button, the Griffin is doing this on his own. And you just snap into pieces just like that. There's the cargo hold hatch, where you could have your flyer fly in. And there will be 2 other pieces that you'll do on the cannon side, which I'll show in a moment. This is where the engine, I guess, is, where you're going to place everything in here. You could put anything in here, but if this explodes, you lose everything. And here is the helm. You have to place it like a saddle. And once when you place that, that's when you are able to start flying this thing. It has an insane amount of health. It has food for some bizarre reason, which doesn't matter at all. And here is the bottom side of the Sky Fortress. This is where you're going to put the 2 other doors, and where you could place the cannons. Notice that I can't place anything right now. Right when you build this fresh, it's not going to allow you to place anything. You have to move it, and then you'll be able to place everything. It shouldn't happen again after that. You can place foundations on here, but you do have a limitation on how much you could place on this. And just as an example, I put a ton of iron foundations down, and I cannot place anything more. If you try to place a workbench, which you can, or if you try to place any of the cannons, it's not going to work. You have that limitation. I don't know if this is going to get updated, but right now you can't put the entire thing under foundations. This moment is when I put all the iron foundations down and the weight did not increase on this. And you can place anything on the wooden floor. You do not need to place foundations, as you can see here. Now when you want to fly this, you can fly it, you can walk with it. It is a little slow, but you can walk around with this. When you do click to fly, you have to look in the direction where you want to go to. It's a little clanky, and it is slow when you fly. It's a little faster when you run with it. As much damage as this thing could take, if it does hit 0, it explodes. So definitely keep an eye on this. You can repair it. If you have the Sky Fortress parked somewhere, you have to go up to it and click Ride, and then you'll be able to get right into the driving position. If you don't want to do that every single time, you could put ladders on this, but that is, as of right now, that is the only way to get up here. It is pretty cool to have, and currently right now there are cannons all over on the side of this. You have to really have it in a specific position for the cannons to work, and the cannons will fire on its own, which is pretty cool. There is a ladder right above the engine part, and you, for whatever reason, you can't climb it. You have to jump to get up here, and you can place things up here. So just space, make sure you're hugging the wall, and you'll come right up here. With the heavy cannons, they can only hold up to 10 cannonballs. I have successfully killed like a monster with this, but the damage that you're seeing in the back there is a Griffin up the Sky Fortress behind, and it's just tearing the backside. In order for the cannons to work, it has to be in range. I hope this guide helps you guys out to build the Sky Fortress and help you progress in Goblin Engineering. Thank you so much for watching.